Hey, what's going on, guys? This is DJ MOJOE, saving the city one party at a time. In this video of DJ to DJ, I'm here with my DJ friend, DJ Corey J. In this special video, we're gonna be talking about weddings. She'll be DJing a wedding later this year, and she came to me for some help. Folks, before we continue with this video, we hope that you subscribe to my YouTube channel if you're interested in seeing more of my videos like this, and I hope this video is helpful for any other DJs who are starting out, or you're doing a wedding for the first time. I hope this video is helpful. So follow us on social media. We'll leave it in the description below and right here so you can check us out. But with that, let's begin. So Corey J, tell me a little bit more about yourselves and your background and what's going on that you're trying to do.
All right, so my name is DJ Corey J. I have been DJing for about 3 years now. Started as a producer and an audio engineer and a sound designer. I have an upcoming event. It's a wedding. It's my first time doing a wedding, so I'm excited. Hit up my friend Joe. He does weddings all the time. I always see him on social media doing a great job. Always has comments from the coordinators who just say he does a remarkable job. So I said he's the guy to go to.
Thank you, yeah.
And he's gonna help me with some tips, some techniques to have a successful wedding.
Great.
So, yeah.
Okay. Well, I do know that Corey J prepared some questions that she has for me. And I think we're just gonna do it question by question, and I'll do my best to answer them. Let's begin. Do you have your notes ready?
I do have my notes. They're right here.
All right, let's do it.
Boom! Question number one. How do you keep the momentum flowing throughout the events?
Okay, so how do I keep the momentum flowing throughout the event? So having a timeline of the wedding is very important because with that, you know what's happening and what time and what order. Follow the timeline, you know, find out what's going on. Usually the coordinator will help you keep the flow of the event, letting you know when they're ready to move on to the next part of the program. We also do your due diligence and try to find out what's going on and whether it is time to move on to the next. So ask for a timeline from the couple or from the coordinator or planner, and with that you'll have a sense of what's supposed to happen throughout the night. And talk to your vendors. You know, you guys work as a team, so you want to keep the flow going, but you don't want to announce anything or do something that no one's ready for. So that's why you need to check up with the team that you're working with. So before you make the announcement about the cake cutting, make sure the cake is ready, you know? Make sure the bride and groom are there, you know, before you announce it. Talk to the coordinator, you know, and find out what's going on. But to be more structured and organized, definitely have a timeline and of the program for the wedding.
Okay.
Okay?
Ask for programs.
As for the program and timeline,
All right. So I have another question.
Sure.
What are common announcements or activities that may proceed during the event?
Yeah, so during the event, the common things that you're gonna encounter during a wedding reception, and she's doing a wedding reception, usually, you know, you're taking care of the grand entrance, so, you know, letting people take their seats, doing a quick monologue on your own, introducing yourself, you know, and getting people hyped up for the grand entrance. Usually what proceeds after that is like the first dance, you're announcing the first dance, the dinner, the blessing of the meal. You introduce the speakers for the toast, the father-daughter dance, the mother and son dance, the cake cutting, the money dance. So basically most of the time when you get that timeline, which I answered in question 1, most of the things that's listed on that timeline are the things that you're gonna be announced.
Okay.
Okay? So what's important is what's happening and who's gonna be doing what. You know, it's good to know their names.
Okay.
So having the names ready, there's so many ways, like the announcement is the MC part of a wedding.
Okay.
You know, I know you're a DJ and sometimes, you know, we just like to take care of the music, but sometimes we do have to get on that microphone and say something, right?
Yeah.
So you have to be ready for that. With the guidance of the timeline, you'll have an idea of what to say. There's a whole new topic, which is MCing, and that's a whole different subject.
That'll be another one I'll
That'll
add
be a
on
whole
there.
nother, yeah.
Okay. Are there any important things I should do differently from this event from just a regular DJ gig?
Yeah, okay, so weddings are totally different. For weddings, it's more of a formal event, and it's different than a club, it's different than a bar. You know, you're catering towards a couple, right, and what they want. It depends on the the vibe of what each couple is going for. You know, sometimes they just want it to be like a club, or sometimes they want it to keep that, they want to preserve that classiness to it, you know? So you have to be mindful of the vibe at the event. For a wedding, it's not always going to be dance hits, you know? There's going to be dinner part, right? You don't want to play club bangers during dinner. Like, you want it to be slow, romantic, you know, fit the vibe, you know? And the vibe for the wedding is love. So it's usually love is more like a more elegant, romantic, you know, sensual. I mean, feel it out for that evening, and in terms of music. And you also have to dress the part, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Some of these events, other events, you know, they don't care just, you know, who you are. But it depends on your marketing and how they booked you. Yeah, so I mean, those are the two from the top of my head. It's different, and there's more of like a structure to it. So you can't just like go with it and play music. That's why the timeline is very important. And there's different parts of the evening where you do certain things.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Goes back to that timeline. Okay.
Exactly. It's a good question, good question.
All right.
Yeah.
I'll keep on coming with them.
So one of the things that I've heard some feedback from other wedding planners and coordinators is don't make the event about you. It's about the bride and groom.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe you can give yourself credit just for a little bit, you know, and maybe one more time at the end of the night, but you don't want to steal the show. You know, some DJs, they may have their egos, or like they're trying to run the whole thing. And like I said, this is from what I heard from wedding planners and coordinators. Make the focus about the bride and groom.
Okay.
Okay, it's their night, you know, not yours, so you want to tailor to them.
Okay.
And that's going to help you out.
Okay.
Yeah.
So maybe do like a couple shout outs back to the groom.
Yeah, exactly. Don't they look beautiful tonight?
Yeah.
Like, hey, you know, like, let's give them a round of applause. Now, there's a whole section maybe I could talk about. That's the MC part, but we can worry about another time for that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, cool. Let's move it on along again.
Sure.
How long does an average event like this, that's a reception, how long does that usually last? Like, as far as from setup to the end where you're like packing up, ready to go, like reality? Like,
I would say reality, it takes about like 6 to 8 hours.
Wow. Okay.
I mean, for me, I'm usually there 2 hours before guests arrive.
Okay.
Just to make sure my setup looks clean, it works properly, you know, and then I get the whole timeline down, and like I get what I need from the vendors, making sure everything is good. 2 hours to set up, and then usually the actual reception itself is like 4 to 5 hours.
Okay.
And then maybe 1 hour after that to pack up.
Okay.
So maybe 6 to 8 hours usually
Okay.
for a reception. If you're also providing ceremony and cocktail, that could be another 2 hours on top.
Okay, I didn't think about that either.
But I think based on what you're telling me, it's just the reception, right?
Yeah.
They taking care of.
They
Yeah,
didn't say anything about that part. 'Cause I know that's like before the wedding, right?
Yeah, that's before the wedding. So you're good.
They didn't say that, but I'll ask them just in case I get there and they're like, hey, can you, like, whoa, I didn't know I was doing it.
Yeah.
Because I knew I'm going to get there early.
Yeah.
So.
It's good to ask these questions, so then there will be no surprises when you get there.
So that'll be another question. I think it's called cocktail and
ceremony. Yes, yeah.
Okay. Cocktail and ceremony.
And for those who don't know, there's 3 parts for a wedding. There's a ceremony, which usually happens at the beginning, and then there's a 1 hour cocktail hour, where after the ceremony, all the guests can mingle for a while and catch up, and they can get some drinks, appetizers. That's a cocktail hour.
Okay.
And during this time, sometimes the bride and groom take pictures. You know, take a break and take pictures during sunset.
Okay.
And then afterwards, it's the reception. So.
There it is.
Yeah.
Next question that I have for you. Are there any standard wedding songs you think I should research?
Yes. There are some go-tos, so to speak, when it comes like for weddings. It depends on the music styles that they like. You know, whether like country, whether like R&B, some pop music, some acoustic, you know, and there's a little bit of something for different kinds of music, depending on the age group, you know. I do have a list that I got from DJintelligence.com, and it's a list that they've compiled for top 50 songs for each different part of the wedding program, and they made it available on their site. I think it's for free.
Okay.
But I can try to share with you.
Okay.
But it's going to cover like top 50 songs for first dances, top 50 songs for wedding party introductions, top 50, 100 songs just for dancing in general.
Okay.
So, you know, if you think about it for a wedding, it's good to have these go-tos because for a wedding, you're having people from all parts of the state, different parts of the country, right? They're all coming together in one room and everyone has different music tastes. So usually you just want to play the hits. Unless you know more about their style, then you can go deeper into that particular genre or style that they like.
Got you.
So you usually want to play the hits, you know, and that's something that you can talk with the client, you know, what do they like, but also know some go-tos that you think is going to work.
Okay.
Okay, music-wise.
All right. Have a couple more questions.
Sure.
Are rehearsals required for a DJ attendance?
Rehearsals, no. That's a little bit tough, you know.
Okay.
It's recommended just so then you can familiarize with the wedding party, so then you're a friendly face to them, so you're not completely new the day of.
Who's the DJ?
You know, but I've noticed that it does help calm a lot of nerves for the bride and groom.
Okay.
Because it gives a sense that, hey, you really do care.
Yeah.
You know, you really took your own time to make sure everything's going right. You speak with the officiant, you introduce yourself to the parents. It makes you look good.
Okay.
I don't think it's required, but if you want to take that extra step to make sure everything's going to go great, you know, and make sure they like you and, you know, and everything, try to go to rehearsal.
Okay.
It doesn't hurt.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It'll be better.
It'll be better.
Not worse.
Yeah, and you can check out the venue at the same time.
Yeah.
Making sure you have the power. Any other thing, parking. You can speak with the venue manager to make sure, you know, you're taken care of on your DJ end.
That's true.
Where to load in. So you can take that time, not just for the bride and groom, but also for yourself. Get familiar with the layout, the acoustics of the room, you know, lighting situation, especially if it's a venue that you haven't gone to. You know, this is perfect. Take as much advantage as you can at that rehearsal, and usually the rehearsal is at that venue. Okay, so, and go over the songs, and basically you want to make them like you.
Okay.
Not like love you. You want them to love you.
Yeah, it's their wedding day.
It's their wedding day.
The day is filled with love.
It shows that you care, you know? So
yeah.
It's up to you. It's not required. I've done weddings where I haven't gone to the rehearsal.
Okay.
You know, but if you feel like it could be a lot to handle, definitely go there early and attend the rehearsal.
Okay.
Yeah, so. Okay.
I will do that, especially
Yeah.
as my first reception. What is that? Reception?
Yeah.
I think that would be very wise to do.
Yeah, I think so. You know, just to get your bearings, like, you know, and so it's not like a total surprise and everything.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
This is the last one I have on this paper.
I know, that's good. That's good.
Okay.
All right.
So, are there any particular transitions when you're going from the script, like when you said there are different activities going on within the reception? Yeah. Is there a particular way you transition from maybe the father-daughter dance to, I don't know, maybe dinner? Is there like something you say in between?
See, that's the MC part.
Okay.
You know, sometimes, like, instead of jumping right away to the next part of the program, it's good to acknowledge as an MC what just happened. For example, people just had dinner, right? And it's time for speeches, right? Instead of being like, please let's welcome our best man, blah, 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 for speeches. Sure, that could work, but I think a better way to handle it is saying something along the lines like, it doesn't have to be word by word, but something along the lines like, hey guys, if I can please grab your attention, we hope everybody enjoyed the dinner service here tonight. Wasn't the food amazing? You know, let's give a hand to the catering staff here at XYZ.
Gotcha.
You know, well folks, I hope you guys are ready for some speeches and toast, and get those glasses ready for our next speaker, our best man, so.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? Instead of jumping right to the point, you can fluff it up a little bit. You know, you want to make sure they're feeling good, like they're appreciating the time and the food there and the room that they're in. You can just throw in something like that you feel it's going to help the crowd. You know, and I think the more you do it, the more you can just read out the room, and you can point out things that you think it's funny.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It depends on your MC style, and that's a whole different video. You know, MC.
Yeah, it seems like it.
Yeah. So I mean, for the wedding that you have, try to find out whether you're working with an MC.
Okay.
Okay, who's gonna handle all that? You know, and or maybe you are.
Yeah, you
But
never
just
know.
be ready. Just be ready.
Okay.
Yeah.
May need
so-
some backup too. The MC
Yeah.
may have to go to the bathroom or something. I may have to take over for a second.
Yeah, you
never
may
know.
have to.
You
Yeah.
just never know.
Like, hey, can you quick announcement? Like, I get those moments sometimes where, hey, there's a security guy comes up to me and is like, hey, can you announce
Yeah.
that the red Toyota needs to be moved because he can't park at that zone?
Okay.
You know? And then I ask for the license plate number, you know, and you have to be comfortable, like, whatever people throw at you. Hey, can you make an announcement about this or that? And then so I say something like, all right, well, have a quick attention, please. Whoever owns the red Toyota with license plate number, blah, 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 can you please move it over? You know, it's blocking the trash bins or whatever. Whatever.
I cannot move them.
But the thing is, sometimes when the MC is not there and they want you to make an announcement right away, you need to get on that. You have to be comfortable getting on that microphone.
Okay.
You know, and just practice.
Yeah.
Just practice with it, and that's a whole different thing. But I think it's good because when I started, it's just DJing, right? MCing came later. You know, I always mention, hey, I'm not going to be your MC. Like when I first started, I'm not going to be your MC. You know, like, do you have someone else who can make the announcements? But now I learn it's a valuable skill. And maybe that'll be another video for you guys.
Yeah, communication, you know.
Communication.
Being able to speak when, you know, the time needs to be spoken.
Yeah.
You're giving direction.
And not just that, but also how to handle problems at a wedding. Like the wedding that I just had this past Saturday. And I'm not going to tell you which wedding. Okay? If you follow me on social media,
which one was it?
You probably know. But what happened was the best man got too drunk on the mic.
Okay.
He went for like a little bit more than 5 minutes. So the way I handle it as an MC, I handle it really well. So what I did, like here's the groom, or here's the best man. I'm like behind here. Once we thought that he's going to end the speech, he continued, right? So what I did, I moved myself in front of him so he can see me. Just to like, hopefully I can give him the signal about time.
Got you.
Usually if they see me, then they know the cue to wrap it up, right?
Okay.
But he didn't see me. So the next thing I did, I looked at the coordinator. She's like, it's time.
Okay.
And then I looked and I made eye contact with the bride and groom, and I think we understood what was going on. And I was like, should I end it? I didn't say it out loud, but I just spoke, with my mouth, like, should I stop him, And then I got the nod from the groom. So what I did, I walked up and I apologized to the videographer because I'm gonna be in the video, right?
Yeah.
So I walked up to the best man and I grabbed him like this, and then I said, hey, I don't want to say his name. Hey, best man, let's cheers to the bride and groom. Right?
And revert focus. Like, oh yeah, we are doing that.
Yeah. And then everybody did cheers at the same time. But everybody knew, who was a bit drunk. But, in handling a situation like that, you have to be able to like put that face on.
Yeah.
Because you're the you're the face of the wedding. You know what I mean? So you have to, people are looking at you on how you handle things, right? So for that one, I just like walked in with a smiling face and just like grab them, side to side, and then I'd be like, hey, let's cheers to the bride and groom.
Yeah.
And everyone cheers, yeah. And I said, one more time, folks, I think he deserves it. Let's give another big round of applause to the best man.
Yeah.
And that worked out.
Yeah.
So just be ready for anything, whether there's a delay, there's like technical difficulty, what are you gonna say on that mic?
Okay.
That's gonna be a whole different video for that, so.
Those moments where there's like silence, and you have to be that filler.
Exactly.
Okay.
Either with music or with words.
Yeah,
exactly.
It'll create awkwardness and that creates confusion. Yeah. People are like, what's going on? What's going on? It's quiet, it's quiet.
Exactly. So, yeah, those are great questions.
Yeah, is there anything else you want to tell me, any advice that wasn't mentioned?
Maybe, yeah, it's a good point. For the wedding, know your gear.
Okay.
Know what's already provided. Be there early.
Okay.
Introduce yourself to all of the team members involved.
Okay.
The coordinator, the planner, the caterer, the videographer, the photographer. And just prepare. It's better to be over prepared for something like this, especially the first time. But it's gonna pay off. You know, the more you do it, you can carry on the skills and the lessons and you've learned and the experience you learned to the next wedding. You know, and you're just gonna grow from there. So
that's true.
Yeah,
that is true. Oh, Joe.
So
thank you.
Yeah, you're very welcome. You're very welcome
for all the good advice. Just exceptional knowledge. I'm so glad I came to the source.
Yeah, well, I hope to make more videos like this, or maybe if any help you, or maybe other DJs,
yeah,
you know, just
definitely.
This is a good session that we had, but I hope you guys who are watching this video right now find it helpful for your events. So follow her on Instagram
at DJ Cori, CORI.JAYE. That's for websites, that's for social media. You can find me on Instagram, and my website is www.djcoryj.com.
Perfect. Well, thank you, Cori J. Appreciate your time, and thanks guys for watching this video. And if you enjoyed it, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe. It's DJ Mojo, Saving the City, one party at a time. Thank you guys, and I'll see you in my next video.